Honorable Speaker, sir, at the outset, I would like to thank you for permitting this short duration discussion on this very important issue pertaining to the availability of cattle and beef in the entire state, where this news item highlights the fact that the veterinary department does not know where the cattle is being taken, in spite of the fact that 290 challans have been issued to cattle buyers who are buying the cattle from Assam. Sir, this is not the first time that this issue has been raised in this August House. In fact, this is the third time that we have brought this problem, this crisis rather, in the state where people are not getting access to cattle, where the butchers are being harassed at the time of buying the cattle, and the price of beef having shot up to the roof, sir. I had continuously attempted to draw the attention of the government, sir, and in order to ensure that the prevailing systems are streamlined to facilitate smooth and ethical trade practices, so that we can attend to the need of the citizens who consume beef. So the first time that I had raised this discussion, the Assam Cattle Prevention Act was still not yet amended. We still had the supply at the Khanapara cattle market, but then we had a huge shortage because we could perceive the excessive leniency of the state government, sir, allowing the smugglers to take over the cattle market, where in that entire trade, the genuine butchers could not compete with the prices, and there was a shortage of cattle. The genuine butchers had to buy at a higher cost, and therefore they had to increase the selling price of beef, sir. In fact, sir, I had also suggested a mechanism, sir, to regulate the market through proper identification and registration of genuine butchers, sir, so that it will make the system much more transparent and accountable, and smugglers would not take over the market, sir. However, sir, sadly, nothing was done. So just after we had raised this issue, after a few months, we came to know that the Assam government was planning to amend the Assam Cattle Prevention Act, which will be making it more difficult for the genuine butchers to transport the cattle to Assam, sir. In spite of again alerting the government, sir, much well in advance, no effective steps was taken, sir. In fact, in the comments that came out in the press from the executive, it was treated as a non-issue. So, the state government seems imperturbed, sir, and all we could see was a weak effort to streamline the entire problem, sir. So, the news item which I have highlighted today informs that the veterinary department does not even know, does not even keep track as to where the cattle is being taken after the challans have been issued to the people who seek challans from the department for buying cattle from Assam. So this news item also reveals the fact that the state government is still not interested in solving the crisis. Neither does it identify the background of the buyers, nor does it keep track of the cattle and its end use. So this still opens up the door for rampant smuggling. Livelihoods have been affected. Most importantly, sir, the citizens, and especially the poor, cannot now afford to buy beef. People in the state, sir, are now slowly being turned away from beef due to restraints in the supply chain, in access to, not having access to cattle, and excessively high prices, sir. Butchers are running out of a livelihood, sir. So what is more alarming is that whenever any regulation is put in place, the black market will definitely thrive. So here in our state, sir, not only cattle smuggling has become a livelihood for many. But now, sir, the danger is that raw meat is also being smuggled as beef. This is the latest information that has come from the market, sir. Raw meat has entered the market, sir, through channels that cannot be detected by the state. Whether it is cattle or buffalo meat, we do not know, sir. Whether it is of a dead cattle or of a sick cattle, that also we do not know, sir. Sir, we do not know the origin of this meat that is being smuggled into the state because of the butchers not getting access to cattle. So now, in spite of all the alerts that we have raised, now the citizens' health is also being endangered, sir. In fact, sir, I'm tired of raising this issue. Even the people are also tired. The Butchers Association are also tired, because we are not expecting any more results. We are not expecting any more results from the department, sir, because now, after we have looked at the entire issue, sir, I feel that this crisis has been purposefully created, sir, perhaps to fulfill a political agenda of the central and the state government, sir. Both the BJP governments at the center and the state, as we see, they are now successful in ensuring that Meghalaya does not get access to beef. The inaction of the state government proves beyond doubt, sir, that it is ensuring that the BJP succeeds in its plans. The state government has been successful in ensuring that cattle does not reach the state. The state government has been ensuring that whatever cattle reaches the state also, that is also being smuggled away. And whatever cattle reaches the open market, sir, for consumption, the prices are so high now that people cannot get or cannot buy beef anymore because it is so costly, sir. Therefore, sir, I can only congratulate the government, sir, for hoodwinking the people without a law being put in place, just by its indifference, its cold attitude, and inaction, sir. It has been successful in ensuring that the hidden agenda, a hidden political agenda rather, of stopping a people from eating beef is success. Therefore, sir, this is the only conclusion I can draw, sir. After all the deliberations, all the issues that we have raised, when nothing is being done, sir, nothing can be expected anymore, because our efforts have just fallen on deaf ears, and it has succeeded, sir, to deprive the people of beef and to stop cattle slaughter in Meghalaya, sir. So with these few submissions, sir, I resume my seat, sir.
Bahima, please be brief.
Yes, sir. Honorable Speaker, sir, thank you for giving me this opportunity to support my colleagues, George Lingdo, on the short duration discussion relating to the beef and the availability of cow in the state, sir. Sir, I must congratulate the state government for having been able to take off the piggery mission in a very successful manner, sir. Seriously, I must say, the farmers in the rural areas have started getting the buzz and the awareness about rearing pigs due to the piggery mission. But I fail to understand, if piggery mission has come up so well, why isn't the government also thinking in a similar line of coming up with a similar mission for cattle rearing? I know they have a thought about it, but somehow or the other, cattle rearing mission has not really come up well, and that is why, sir, we are having this problem of getting cows locally, sir. Sir, may I draw the attention of this August House that we had conducted a survey. So we are having a short duration on this very important topic. So I would like to draw the attention of our honorable members. So we had conducted a survey, a few of us, myself, Ba George, and a few others. So we had conducted a survey of the beef shops around Shillong, around other rural areas. I just want to inform you what the butchers were telling us, sir. So now the butchers are saying that we are not getting cows from outside the state anymore. And the local cows that are available, which was costing them 10,000 rupees per cow, now it has gone to 20 to 25,000 per cow, sir. So we can imagine, sir, that the cost of the cow going up, definitely the cost of the meat, that is beef, will also go up, sir. So therefore now the cost of beef has come to 600 rupees per kg, sir. Once we used to remember that beef used to be the common man's meat. But this common man's meat has turned out to be a rich man's meat now, sir. The poor laborers, the BPL families are not in a position to buy beef any longer now, sir. Sir, I must say that the state government was reminded in the previous session of the similar problem, sir. It was I who had raised the same problem in the last session, sir. And I asked the state government to kindly get in touch with the Assam government and come up with a reconciliation somewhere so that the cows that are meant for Meghalaya are not stopped or not hindered with their process of transportation. But sir, till date, the same things to be happening. We have not heard, I do not know, Honorable Chief Minister has met the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam several times, perhaps on the issue of the border. But I would like to know from the Honorable Chief Minister whether he discussed this matter relating to the transportation of cattle from other states through Assam, sir. So the Assam Cattle Preventive Act 2021, which Section 7 says very clearly that the prohibition on the transport of cattle states that without a valid permit, transport of cattle is banned from Assam to states where slaughter of cattle is not regulated by law, which means cattle cannot come to Meghalaya because we slaughter cows in our state, sir. And from one state to another through Assam. That means no cattle can travel through Assam. It also adds that cattle cannot be transported within the state, inter-district, without documents. The proposed law also gives police or any other person authorized by the government the power to enter and inspect any premises within their jurisdiction where he has reason to believe that an offense under the Act has been or is likely to be committed. And sir, anyone found guilty can be jailed for a term of 3 years and extendable to 8 years and a fine of rupees 3 lakhs. Now, sir, this law that Assam is coming up or may have come up is causing a hindrance to our state and other neighboring states who shares border with Assam. Now, not only this act has banned beef, but it also caused trouble in transportation of cows from other states like West Bengal. So therefore, sir, I sincerely plead to the government to kindly resolve this issue as soon as possible. And a reconciliation should take place between the governments of Meghalaya and government of Assam to ease the transportation of the cattle coming from other states and passing through Assam to Meghalaya. as thus does not affect only the butchers of Meghalaya, sir, but their livelihood and the people residing in the state as well, sir. So therefore, sir, before I resume my seat, I would like to express the concern of the butchers of Meghalaya and also of the people who consume beef, sir. So thank you very much, sir.
Minister in charge, please. Minister, please.
I've already raised my hand, sir, before.
Okay, okay. Please be brief. By process, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to participate in the short duration discussion moved by the Honourable Member from Umroi that is related with the Challan issue by Department of Age and Veterinary Department. But it came out in the headline and saying that Kabitri kita yaki masi lai aspa kan depo Challan yaki nongkit masi in Assam. So regarding with this issue, at the outset, I express my thanks to the Department of Age and Veterinary Department on the ministership of Sanbo Shulai that you have already taking as a minister. Then we have the Principal Secretary and others. In the beginning, I have to express a thanks to them because they're doing a good job of how to run the department, also see for the benefit of farmers in the state. So why I'm saying about a good job, sir, that the Assam government in the year 2021, they have passed a bill, and now has become an act, that Assam Cattle Protection Act 2021. So we thought that after the Assam passed off with this act, we thought that that the cattle will not come anymore to the state of Meghalaya. At the time, we are scared that we didn't get the opportunity again to eat the beef. But so much of speculation from our side, even the state, that we will not get any more cattle to the state. Even the butchers who are doing for this business, that immediately the shop will be closed down. But that didn't happen because of the intervention of the Honorable Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister. He was holding the Department of Age and Veterinary. Then the President Minister is very active. On the day that I remember when I was on the side of the opposition, when he raised this question, he said that at the moment I joined, I've already written a letter to the government of Assam and asking for relief and also allowed the cattle to move from Assam to the state of Meghalaya. So we have to appreciate the good work done by them. So the concern here about the Challan issue by the department, according to here, it was mentioned that the department have issued a Challan of 290. So it was here mentioned that we would like to get information from the Honourable Minister. Where is that cow has been transported or exported, or where this cow have been missing? So the main important here that we discuss about the missing of the 290 cattle which already been issued Challan by the Veterinary Department. So the one information I would like to get from the Honourable Minister, if after he has an issue of this Challan, after he came to know from the butchers that the person who have issued Challan has not been bring the cattleman to our state, I don't know whether the department has filed any FIR. Any FIR has been filed to the person who have taking of this Challan. And number two, sir, that I also concerned that for the last 1 year, because after the coming up of this Assam Cattle Protection Department have to issue Challan, I would like to get information from the Honourable Minister if how many total numbers of Challan has been issued for those men who doing for this business. So for the benefit of the House, that the matters of the cattle in our state, it is a fact that the people have faced a lot of problem, especially the cost of the beef. The cost of beef now is rupees 400 to 140. The maximum price will be 400, 450. That is the cost of price. That the whole, I'm sure that I don't know about the garrels, while we here in castles, even in castles, I'm talking about Yodo, the cost is 400 to 450. That is the cost of beef per kg. Then, sir, that the cost of one cattle, when you're talking about the cost of the cattle, locally the cattle here, that can use it for the consumption. The cost of a cattle, that is the minimum will be 20,000, and the maximum will be, here it come a small, medium, and a larger size. Large size will be not less than 90,000. We understand about the cost of the cattle here, because why I'm saying, because of that, from our side we understand the problem of the butcher industry. So our concern here, we would like to urge the Honorable Minister, though that cow is still coming, but very scared. And we understand that why so much of cow have only been released have only been by those doing cattle there in Assam. Why have not come to Shillong? We could understand that many of the cattle, they have only been from Assam itself. Those who are doing for this business, they're buying from Assam. After they have received, after they have buy, from there itself, cattle is not coming to our state. Certainly it come, I don't know, only those who are doing business in those better. If I said that going into international border, I may be wrong, because I don't know, because it seems smuggler is there. Smuggling is there, smuggler is there about this item. That's why, sir, from our side, because we are concerned of our people. Another concern, sir, like honorable members from Roy, brought about the illegal supply of beef or raw meat have been supplied nowadays from Assam to the city of Shillong. I may not say the state, because on the statement given by the members of the butcher, he said that there is a raw meat or illegal beef have been supplied from Assam around 3 a.m. in the morning or 4 a.m. in the morning. So by 4:30, that raw meat, that is a beef coming from Guwahati, coming from Tam, is already reached in the some part of the city of Shillong. So this is a very concern. It is a very concern of this matter. We need for the department to look after. I don't know whether the department have its own inspector. It seems that inspector, not only police department, even between it seems nowadays, because so much of smuggling. Smuggling, even now they're talking about the raw meat. So I would like to inform the House, since honorable member from Uray have already been informed, this is a very serious matter, because when the raw meat or illegal beef coming from Guwahati to here, but people have been eating because they don't know whose meat. With this beef, it is locally from Meghalaya, or maybe from Assam, or maybe from others that we don't know, because it's not written. We don't know about the colors of the beef, also we don't know. That's why my important request, honorable minister, if he can appoint and put some of inspectors to check, so that it will not be harm for our people in the state, those who have consumed of beef. With this reward, Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish you mercy, sir. Thank you, sir.
Honourable Minister to reply.
Mr. Speaker, sir, at the outset, I would like to thank George Bilungdo, Honourable Member from Umroy, and who for tabling this short duration discussion on the news item appeared in Khasi newspaper, Upetngor, on the 19th of February 2022, under the caption ka veterinary kam tip sei kiket ya kimasi kala ai arspa kanai putli kisaran ya ginong tiet masi nasam. I would like also to thank other member isang tiang from Mosunram Professor Mulai who have participated in this discussion. Saya itu it is well known that the beef is one of the main staple foods of the people of the state. Total consumption of the beef during 2021 is approximately 26,000 tons, out of which beef produced domestically within state is approximately 10,000 tons, and about 60% of the beef required in the state is met through import from other states. The Assam government has enacted the Assam Cattle Preservation Act 2021. After enactment of this act, the Meghalaya government has taken immediate steps to ensure hassle-free transport of cattle from other states of Meghalaya state and to prevent any kind of harassment to traders, which includes, I have written the letter on the 3rd of September 2021 to Honorable Chief Minister of Assam to requesting him for his intervention and issue necessary instruction to concerned authorities to facilitate hassle-free transport of bovine animals through Assam by the Meghalaya-born bovine animals traders. It was also impressed upon the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam that the Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department, Government of Meghalaya, is competent and has authority under law to issue valid permits to legitimate bovine animal traders, agriculturists, dairy cooperative societies to produce bovine animals from other states, including Assam, and transport cattle through Assam to Meghalaya. Also, in exercise of power vested under Section 1 of Section 3 of the Meghalaya State Agriculture, Produce and Livestock Marketing, Promotion and Facilitation Act 2020, the Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department, by notification dated 26 October 2021, started issued transit permits for transporting cattle from out-state to state of Meghalaya. So far, the department had issued 280 transit permits to genuine local traders, dairy cooperative societies, and others. A series of discussions with Shri Atul Bora, Honorable Minister, Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department, Government of Assam, and officials of the department and police officers were held at various levels to sort out problems faced by the legitimate cattle traders of Meghalaya. At the department level, the whole letter was written to Animal and Husbandry and Veterinary Department, Assam, with a request to extend necessary help to our cattle traders who are processing cattle transit permit issued by Meghalaya. So our government has made several interventions to make state self-efficient in beef production. So I am happy to inform this August House that the department has introduced 6 Ongol bulls on experimental basis to study the suitability of our weather condition. These Ongol bulls are housed at ICDP, Integrated Cattle Development Project, operational, and they are well adopted in our local conditions. With this success, we have procured 2,000 Ongol bull semen straw from Andhra Pradesh for artificial insemination of local cattle population to increase productivity and population of local cattle. Ongol bull is known for gaining weight of about 400 kg within a short time and is versatile in adapting to our local condition. I also inform that this August House that the Brazilian country has successfully adopted Ongol bull for revolutionizing beef production in their country. Now Brazil has emerged as the largest producer of beef in the world. Our department is now procuring 5,000 Ongol bull semen straw to expand artificial insemination exercise. With this semen in our state, with the introduction of Ongol bulls and other exotic breed bulls and semen straw in our state, we are very sure that our government will achieve self-reliance to beef production in short span of time. Sir, I take this opportunity to inform August House that the government has sanctioned an amount of Rs. 2 crore for encouraging local farmers to expand artificial insemination exercise in about 2 lakhs local cows using semen of improved and exotic breed. This will increase population of local cattle and improve the milk yield productivity. With this intervention, sir, the existing cattle population of our state, which is about 9.9 lakh, as per the 2019 livestock census, would be increased to at least 15 lakhs in short span of time, so that the state will achieve self-reliance in beef production. Clarification regarding the news appeared on page more, as stated earlier. News item appeared on page more. Under the caption, Veterinary Department has no knowledge of whereabouts of the cattle, 290 challenges has been issued to cattle traders of Assam, translated from Khasi to English. Out of 54 applications, only 2 traders from Assam has been issued transit permit, fulfilling all the criteria as mentioned by the department. The director shall scrutinize application and after due verification of genuineness of the application shall make recommendation to issue transit permit. Most of the applicants are local traders who have applied for transit permit. News item appeared in opinion wherein it was mentioned that Veterinary Department had issued permit challan free of cost, but application free of cost, but applicants should have proper documents relating to cattle trading. Individual importers, traders, cooperative societies, and societies can submit application in prescribed format to the Director, Animal Husbandry and Veterinary. The Director shall scrutinize application and after due verification of genuineness of applicants shall make recommendation to issue transit permits. After due verification, valid transit permits are being issued to genuine cattle traders, agriculturists, dairy cooperative societies, and others who need to bring cattle from for various purposes. Transit permits were issued for bringing cattle for milk, agriculture purpose, and other economic activities. News item appeared opinion under caption, Veterinary Department has no knowledge of whereabouts of the cattle. The applicant has to specify the purpose of importing cattle in the application. The applicant also required to mention the destination of the consignment of cattle. The permits will be issued up to the destination, which may be a cattle market or any towns or villages. So the permit has been issued by the department only if the destination is mentioned in the application form. So it is clarified that the whereabouts of the cattle is already mentioned in the application. The department is setting up checkposts in various entry exit points of the state for checking of vehicle carrying cattle and verification of transit permit in order to prevent unauthorized transportation of cattle as well as to detect smuggling of cattle. The checkpost will be set up at Bernehan, Jirang, Umkyang, Bajangdoba, Tikrigila, Aradonga, and Penursla. Series of meetings held with association, society, cattle traders of the state to create awareness on legal provision related to the cattle transportation and required to obtain transit permits from the department. It was also informed to the traders to bring to the notice of the department if they face any hurdles in transportation of cattle through Assam. However, the department has not received any complaints from those obtained permits regarding hurdles faced by them while transportation of cattle through Assam. Therefore, sir, the state government has taken up several measures to facilitate hassle-free transport of cattle from other states through Assam state and also to make self-sufficient. The department will constantly monitor the issue and necessary intervention will be made if our genuine cattle traders face any hurdle in transportation of cattle to Meghalaya state. I once again thanks George P. Lungdo, Himalaya Changpliang, and process process, and especially by George Lindo for tabling the short duration discussion on this very important matter. And I also thank other members who have participated in this short duration discussion. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I thank the Honorable Minister for the reply and his attempt to try to salvage the state, sir, from this crisis. But then I still can't understand how 6 bulls can meet the 16,000 metric ton demand in the state, sir. And at the same time, sir, now if local farmers have to be brought on board, sir, one, identifying the genuine farmers, drawing out a policy, sir, on how to support them, and at the same time knowing the actual numbers of cows that are being reared by our farmers for slaughter. What we can see now, sir, what is happening in our villages is that most of the farmers are giving up on rearing cows, especially for slaughter, because deforestation, lack of community lands, the farming lands are not being accessible to the farmers who are rearing cows. So all these basic problems, especially the problems of fodder and feed for the cows, this has been the problems that are being faced by the farmers that are rearing the cows. That's why we are seeing the crisis. We are seeing the crisis of import, of self-sufficiency, because the farmers have not been attended to. That's number one. Number two, because of insufficient cows that are there in the state, sir. Now, even importing the cow is also a problem. From the reply of the Honorable Minister, sir, I am still not convinced that much effort has been taken by the state government, sir, to engage with the Assam government, because it seems that it continuously gives Assam the upper hand, when in fact as per the state list, sir, the pounding and the trespass of cattle is only a state subject, sir. Beyond the boundaries of the state, I don't know how Assam tries to curtail the movement and the transportation of cows. The Honorable Minister has not yet addressed the problem of the smuggling of raw meat. Maybe perhaps the Honorable Minister is yet to know that these problems are there on the ground, sir. So the crisis calls for proactiveness, sir, not to sit in secretariat and wait for a complaint. People don't have time, sir, whether they run for a cow or run after a complaint, sir. We need proactiveness, sir, from the department, and unless we see that seriousness in the department, sir, I can only again draw a conclusion of a political agenda, sir. So with these few submissions, sir, I once again thank the Honorable Minister for the effort taken and also for his attempt to try to resolve this crisis, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Minister would like to respond.
Thank you much, George Bilungdo and other concerned members. All the constructive points has been noted, and I, along with the department and the government, will seriously look into all the suggestions given by the concerned members, and the matter will be seriously examined and will be looked into. Thank you, sir.